ISKA. Why don't you explain it to our fans?
Well, the fighters fight 2-minute rounds as opposed to 3 minutes in boxing. They have a 1-minute break in between. Championship rounds, as we're seeing tonight, U.S. championships are 9 rounds. World title fights are 12 rounds. Each fighter must execute 8 hard kicks every round above the waist, or they're penalized. And these fighters are all going to wear regulation boxing gloves and 3-ounce foot pads. That keeps them from hurting their feet or hurting their face.
I like that. All right, we're ready for our next bout. Let's go up to our ring announcer, Dr. Ted Shaker.
Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. Next is a 9-round bout for the International Sport Karate Association's United States Flyweight Championship. The officials for this bout are scoring judges Mike Lackey, Mike Sawyer, and Virgil Miller. The kick judges are Hampton McCrae and Lena Gomez, and the ISKA representative tonight is Dan Swenson. Introducing first, in the red corner from Twin Falls, Idaho. He is 24 years old, stands 5 feet 4 inches tall, and weighed in at 118 pounds. He has a contact karate record of 10 wins, no losses, and no draws, with one of his wins by knockout. He is the ISKA #2 world-ranked flyweight contender. Welcome, please, Carl Sklavos. Sklavos. And in the blue corner, from Farmington, New Mexico, he is 25 years old, is 5 feet 8 inches tall, and weighed in at 119 pounds.
The corner man asking that question, Tony Segala for Everett Berry. Tom Gabbert handles Carl Sklavos. This could be very interesting.
This should be a really good fight. I've been very, very impressed with Berry. I've been even more impressed with Carl Sklavos.
Sklavos has fought here a lot. He's 10-0. He's got one of the best jabs, I think, in karate fighting.
He's real well balanced. He's got good hands inside, and then you see the nice kicks following up. That's one of the things you're seeing the better fighters today doing, is they throw good combinations.
Boy, he did right there. A spinning back kick and then a solid left.
You know, Everett Berry has fought Jerry Clark, and he broke, as a matter of fact, Everett Berry broke Jerry Clark's jaw in about a 4th round. They went 12 rounds, Clark fighting with a broken jaw. But Clark must have hit Everett Berry with 15 jump back kicks in that fight.
Well, Berry has always impressed me with his defensive footwork. I think that's the key for him.
He moves well in the ring, and he's very tall for a flyweight.
Everett Berry is from Farmington, New Mexico. He works for Wolf Communications down there.
Well, he's 5 feet 8 inches tall for a flyweight, 118 pounds. He looks very sharp here with Sklavos in early going.
Interesting thing about Everett Berry, high school, he loved to race motorcycles. So this guy just likes to live dangerous.
Out there on the edge.
Sklavos, solid black pants, the same as Berry. Berry is blonde. Sklavos a little darker hair with a tattoo on his right arm. Carl Sklavos is a 10th grade dropout. He's married, has a couple children. Really a solid person to talk to.
Sklavos kicks with real good flexibility. Watch him when he stands up there and throws nice kicks. It shows he's really got good body flexibility. I think he spends a lot of times on the old power stretcher, developing that good flexibility.
All right, we'll be back right after this. This is for the United States Flyweight Championship, scheduled for 9 here in Denver. Both fighters in black pants. Sklavos a little shorter of the two. Berry is the blonde.
They're starting to heat up a little bit in the 2nd round.
How do you have the 1st round scored?
I gave the 1st round on a very narrow 10-9 to Carl Sklavos. He was a little more aggressive, threw a little better kicking technique. Everett Berry more basic with his kicks, throws a lot off the back leg, doesn't really use the front leg very effectively. Sklavos uses them all. Good spinning back kick then by Berry. You know, when these fighters catch those spinning back kicks on their elbows, I mean, just it drives those arms back into your body and takes an awful lot out of you.
Going to the body and digging into the ribs with Sklavos. Sklavos says he owes a great deal to Karen Turner, the promoter of this particular fight. Karen is a warrior. Good punch by Sklavos.
She really is. I tell you, a lot of the fighters in the whole country owe an awful lot to Karen Turner. She has done an awful lot for the growth of the sport.
Berry versus Sklavos. Round 2 scheduled for 9. At stake, the United States Flyweight Championship.
Berry's doing a good job. You mentioned earlier about his footwork. He is doing a good job of using the ring, moving well, throwing good left-right combinations. Sklavos pushing forward all the time.
John, we saw the missed spinning back fist. Should you face the opponent before you actually throw it? So many times they just seem to throw it wildly.
The guys that use that most effectively either have a real sixth sense about spinning and throwing it without looking, or they'll get a little peep as they come around and see something and then hit it.
Oh, that is good agility by Sklavos.
A double
and
jump
a
back
good
kick.
left and a right, John. Well, earlier today, John had a chance to talk to Barry French. Very interesting.
With Barry French here with Saba Products. Barry, how can you explain a little bit of the technique or the technical end of what Saba Products is about?
John, our force sensing system provides for instantaneous and very accurate measurement of force or velocity of a technique that's thrown onto a training implement or during a sparring contest, full point or light contact. We provide a digital readout that's displayed instantly that force level. We're using a material that was developed for robotic applications, a high-tech material, but we've simply adapted it for sporting good applications.
So the practitioners could actually see right away and get immediate feedback on what kind of power they were generating with their kicks and punches.
Yes, sir, that's right. We provide instantaneous feedback.
So you get safety and protection, plus you get immediate answers from Saba.
Yes, sir, that's correct.
Round 3 scheduled for 9 as Carl Sklavos comes out and touches gloves with Everett Berry. There's a slip. Ron Maces, our referee, wipes the gloves off.
Good call by Ron Maces then. He caught a glancing blow, but his foot was off balance there. Definitely was a slip, not a knockdown. Good side kicks.
Strong side kicks. Both kickers are very effective.
Again, the point on that side kick that Sklavos throws that so well because he doesn't lean as he throws the kick. He keeps his posture perfectly upright.
Sklavos is quick. Berry has landed a couple of decent punches, but it doesn't seem to bother Sklavos. He's in excellent condition, the ability to take a punch.
We see that Berry doesn't really have a lot of knockouts out of 17 fights, only 5 KOs. But then Sklavos also has only a couple of KOs out of 10 wins. Neither of these fellows knock people out, although I saw Sklavos score one of the most devastating knockouts I've seen in a long time. Jumped back, kicked his opponent right in the face, and that was it.
It was right here in this ring.
It sure was.
Sklavos was a wrestler, also played football in high school. As I mentioned, he dropped out of school in 10th grade, married, 2 children. He was supposed to fight Berry in March, and if I remember right, Berry had double vision and couldn't follow through with the fight.
Oh, good spinning back fist then by Berry.
Boy, Sklavos really scoring at will.
Sklavos came back out of that spinning back fist and scored about 5 punches of his own.
Sklavos will use that right jab to set up the left. Berry is from Farmington, New Mexico. Sklavos is from Twin Falls, Idaho.
Good timing then on Berry's right hand. Just got right in the middle of Sklavos' punches.
The end of round 3. All right, we'll be back with more action in Denver right after this.
Good right hand. It kind of glances off of Sklavos. The spinning back fist that Berry threw didn't seem to hit as hard as it looked when we were watching it in live action. And Sklavos came back with a great flurry there, landed about 5 or 6 good punches.
All right, round 4 scheduled for 9. U.S. Flyweight Championship at stake.
Kind of threw a looping right hand then, Sklavos. The thing that he's doing best in this fight thus far is the spinning back kick. He's driving Berry back to the ropes with it. He's using it very effectively, throwing it 2 or 3 times each round. That'll add up. All of those spinning back kicks will start to take their toll. Got a warning there. Warning for low kick.
The voice of John Worley, who's done so much in the Minneapolis area with his club, turned out so many good fighters.
We've been lucky. We've had good raw material.
Sklavos continues to stalk Berry. Once again, Berry's quick. He's got good footwork. He's able to move and hit. Try to keep the good angle.
As the fight wears on, you know, Berry doesn't throw the variety that Sklavos does. And as the fight wears on, Sklavos should be able to pick up on what Berry's doing and start to take advantage of it. Thus far, Berry's been limited pretty much to the good jab right-hand combination. He occasionally throws a good hard back leg of some sort.
Sklavos to southpaw. Both fighters in black. There's a spinning back fist. Sounded better than it really was. Crowd gets excited with that punch, John.
They love it. It's exciting to see those guys spin around and throw it. That one hit on the elbow.
Once again, Sklavos says, I'm sorry. He did catch him with the forearm. Good sportsmanship right there. Pretty good front kick that time by Sklavos.
Both of these fighters are gentlemen. I mean, they do an awful lot of justice to this sport, and we really are, they're a credit to the sport.
Well, John, you make a good point. They treat the sport with respect. There's the bell to end the round. This is scheduled for 9. All right, let's see if we can listen in now. Carl Sklavos is trained by Tom Gabbard. Sklavos has always impressed me, John, with his ability to set you up with that right jab, and I've always enjoyed watching him with the spinning back kick. I just think he knows what he's doing.
He throws it real well. I think he's been watching tapes of Jerry Clark, because he throws it an awful lot like Jerry Clark. So far, Sklavos had 14 kicks there in the 4th round, while Berry landed 10 kicks. Sklavos has been averaging somewhere in the neighborhood of 16 kicks every round.
Round 5. How do you have it scored through 4?
I've got Sklavos up by 1 point, 39-38. He comes right out again, throwing the spinning back kick.
Sklavos has never lost. Berry is 12-5. This is for the United States Flyweight Championship, ISKA action.
You know, Sklavos is really meeting the best, spinning hook kick, the best opponent of his career tonight, though. He has never fought anybody that's even ranked anywhere close to where Everett Berry is. And he's handling himself very well.
Keep in mind, Berry, as you mentioned, John, broke Clark's jaw. Jerry Clark won that fight, which really is truly amazing, but Berry's very capable. He took a pretty good shot that time. Oh, right on the button. The best punch of the fight by Sklavos. Berry fights back. Oh, pretty good spinning back fist by Everett Berry.
You look at Carl Sklavos' eyes. They never cloud up. Oh, good back kick.
Sklavos is 24, I beg your pardon. Let me correct myself. Berry is 26.
Sklavos just winding that back kick up now. Berry seems like he's not able to move out of it.
Well, he's been tagged this round. There's a good straight left. Sklavos looks to be in remarkable condition.
You know, Berry's best punch is that back, right hand. He throws it real well. He doesn't pull back. He just lays right in there and lets it fly. The Sklavos is starting to beat him to the punch.
Punishes Berry with those shots to the ribs. This is round 5. We are scheduled for 9.
Starting to see a little swelling under Berry's left eye.
John, once again, Sklavos took a pretty good spinning back fist, but Sklavos comes at you from so many different angles. Good round for Carl Sklavos. We'll be back with round 6 right after this.
was heavy fighting all the way through. Jump back kick then by Everett Berry that really didn't do much damage. Sklavos seems to be stalking the whole time. Stepped into a good right hand then by Berry, but came out of it with a good right of his own. That's good inside clash fighting there.
All right, round 6. Sklavos comes out, and Berry landed a pretty good right. There's a spinning back kick by Berry. Berry is not done.
Now, Berry won't be done. He'll stand right in there to the last bell. Berry ought to use the spinning back kick more. When he throws it, he's pretty good with it, but he doesn't seem to throw it very often. He throws it in the first 15 seconds of the round, then he forgets about it.
I like when promoters put a match like this together. It's a natural. It's a crowd pleaser. You look around, people like the fight. Yep. And neither fighter from Denver, so you can pick and choose right here.
They're seeing good, classy technique. They're not seeing a lot of brawling. They're seeing good, well-trained, well-conditioned athletes.
Berry is 5'8", 119. Sklavos 5'4", 118. You heard 3 more, Carl. That's the number of kicks. You got to get 8 hard kicks in. They can't be powder puffs.
Yeah, you have to throw them in there hard. You can't just lay them in there. They won't count them. You can see the pace of this fight is starting to wear him down. Both fighters are moving a little slower in this 6th round.
I was impressed with what Sklavos did there. He came with the uppercut and then quickly with a straight right. Good kick by Carl Sklavos.
Good combination there, kick-punch combination. Berry has hit him with that 10 or 15 times in this fight. Sklavos drops the right hand, and Berry's throwing the spinning back fist right over the top.
That is the punch and the kick that can turn a karate fight totally around. You can be in command, and you walk into one of those, you're history.
Ooh, good side kick.
This is Carl Sklavos, handled by Tom Gabbert. And a look at Everett Berry from Farmington, New Mexico. They have good Little League baseball down there. I had a chance to go to Farmington. I was impressed with the people, what they're doing with their kids. I enjoyed myself. Well, the split screen, and you heard Tony Segala.
Telling him to step in there and throw the right cross down. Try to get him to come over the top and throw it down.
Well, you're talking about a 4-inch height advantage. I've been impressed with Segala, how he handles his fighters.
He's good with him. He's a good man with his fighters.
Some of the action.
See there, Berry ducking right into one of those kicks.
Easy to hit because they're always on the move. There's a good uppercut by Carl Sklavos. Sklavos throws them from everywhere. John, once again, I'm impressed with angles in karate fighting. That really is the key.
Sklavos threw his own spinning back kick then. He's doing a great job with the side kick now. That's what he needs to do to Berry because it takes away Berry's right hand, and Berry's right hand is pretty much the story.
Keeps it pretty tight, too.
Yeah, it does.
Ron Mesa's on a bicycle as he's doing a good job with the fight. Good right by Sklavos.
It seems as though Sklavos now is starting to take control here.
Oh, a good spinning back kick. A straight right by Sklavos. Oh, he seems to be able to hit him at will this round.
Sklavos is a little bit right-sided. When the left leg is in front, that's when Berry could come with the right hand. Because Sklavos doesn't really have a stopping left leg. He has a good front leg, good right leg.
Tell you how good a shape they're both in. Neither are hardly sweating. That's, you know, when you're a 10th grader, you don't sweat. When you get a little older, you sweat.
I couldn't tell. It looked like Sklavos maybe getting a little mouse under one of his eyes.
Pretty good left by Carl Sklavos. At the end of the round. We'll be back with round 8 right after this on ESPN. John Worley, as we take a look at Karl Sklavos, he really does have a lot of weapons, you pointed out, in between rounds.
Well, you know, he's done a real good job. He hits from a lot of different directions, and he's pretty well got Everett Berry's number now with the front leg side kick taking away Berry's right hand. And without the right hand, Berry doesn't have a lot he can do.
Scheduled for 9, round 8. How do you have it scored through 7, I should say, John?
I've got Sklavos at 69-65 over Berry. He's up by 4 unofficially.
What about that eye? Could that be a problem? Because it's definitely a problem as far as they put an ice bag on it.
If there's a cut that forms out of there, if it closes, it surely can cause a problem. He's down to 2 rounds now.
Let's see if Berry tries to take advantage with a straight right, because it is the left eye of Karl Sklavos.
Sklavos needs to go back to the side kick. There it is. There it is. That'll take away the right hand.
He is effective to the body.
Oh, nice hook kick. Landed right clean on Everett Berry's jaw.
What's impressive about him, too, he comes out of a kick with a punch immediately. There's no wasted motion.
The good fighters throw.
Oh, that might be Berry's best punch of the fight.
He's mixing that up pretty well with the spinning back kick and the spinning back fist. Berry is.
A little over a round left to decide the United States Flyweight Championship. It would appear that the fight will go the distance. Both fighters in good condition. The only problem appears to be the cut under the left eye of Karl Sklavos.
There's the spinning back kick again by Sklavos.
That's quite a package he just threw at Berry. There's the spinning back fist. Just grazes Sklavos.
Sklavos hasn't adjusted very well, though. He's been hit with that way too many times. I'm sure they'll get him back in the gym, and they'll work an awful lot on that right hand. You see it drop down. That's when he's getting hit.
A right at the bell, and they both acknowledge that it came on time. Round 8 is over. 1 round to go to decide the United States Flyweight Championship. Sklavos has never lost. He's 10-0. Berry is 12-5.
I think these fellows are not in good shape. They've gone 8 hard rounds in a mild atmosphere here in Denver.
And it's very warm in here, except for... Let's listen in and see if we can get some instructions here.
On the line. Go in there like a mad dog. Understand what I'm saying? Keep yourself covered as you're moving in, but get in there. It's the last round. All or nothing, man. All or nothing. All or nothing. All or nothing, okay? You can still do it, Everett. You can still do it, okay? All or nothing. You gotta go for the custom. I mean it. You gotta go.
Tony Segala apparently feels his man is behind. Go in there like a wild dog. John, if that's true, my guess is the one shot he has is with that spinning back fist, because it is there if he can get enough mustard on it.
Yeah, the target is there. You're right. But it says that he hasn't hurt Sklavos with it all night long. I don't think he's going to be able to do it here in the ninth.
I looked over at Karen Turner, and she does have a big smile on her face. You're a promoter, and you know that the aim of every promoter is to have a good fight, a well-matched fight, and that's exactly what the fans have seen here.
Berry looking a little frustrated now. He seems to be just a little bit discouraged. Not quitting.
Well, you know, the poker face of Sklavos, he never changes expressions. He just keeps coming.
I think Sklavos is a future star.
You know what's interesting, John? I've seen a lot of fighters who are good combination people with their hands or good combination people with their feet. But this guy goes from feet to hands as good as anybody for a young guy.
Really does mix it up real well. We're seeing that more and more. Oh, good combination there. Just like we're talking about, through the right hand, followed up with a spinning back kick.
This is the final round. Both fighters could continue. This is for the United States Flyweight Championship. Sklavos has not rested 1 minute during this fight. For that matter, neither has Barry. They've thrown continuous punches and kicks. Sklavos hits you with both hands.
He's throwing it all. He really is. He's showing right leg, left leg. And that's the end of the fight. It's a great, I think we have to call that a great victory, an upset victory here for Carl Sklavos.
Everett Barry returning to his corner. We await the decision. We'll have it right after we take this break. States flyweight champion is. Let's go to Dr. Ted Shaker.
Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. In this bout, the judges have declared a winner by unanimous decision for the new United States Flyweight Karate Champion, Carl Sklavos.
Undefeated, 11-0, and John has Carl Sklavos.
Carl, it was an outstanding fight on your part. It looked to me like you were pretty much in control the whole way. Did you feel like you had everything going the whole time?
Just like you said, it was a good fight. I came to do 9 rounds. Everett Barry was there for all 9. I caught him with some good shots, but he caught me with some good counter right hands. Struck my right hand a little bit too much, but all in all, it was a good fight. Get me ready for Jerry Clark.
He came over the top of your right hand with his spinning back fist pretty effectively. It looked as though you took away his right hand lead with the side kick.
Yeah, I did. Every time he tried to lunge with that right hand, why, catch him with the side kick, but like you say, he was catching me with that spinning back fist. It really didn't bother me that much, except he was getting points with it, and, you know, I learned something from it. Like I said, I was dropping my right hand just a little bit more than I should have. I should have been letting him miss with it and then making him pay with the left hand.
I'll tell you, Irv, we've got a real fight in the making here with Jerry Clark and this man, Carl Sklavos, the new United States champion.
Well, I agree with you 100%, John. A real future star, Carl Sklavos, who is humble, impressive, and everything that you need to be. A real credit to the profession. For John Worley, this is Irv Brown. We'll see you again real soon.